the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we're here at Talladega for the NSRA Sunday Select Series as they present the PADD 200 at Talladega. That is the people against distracted driving. And tonight we have already gone into qualifying here at Talladega. Drivers trying to lay down their fastest lap. If you don't know it, my name is KR Stolfus, and I will be your host here tonight. So thank you for joining me. Right now, we are watching the 8 machine being piloted by Ben Peterson. He is going to cross the start-finish line. That 8 machine posting up third quickest on the chart. We've got several drivers out here qualifying as we switch this all up and over. We get ready to bring you some Talladega Super Speedway action. Right now, RJ Buchanan out on track. He sits on top of the leaderboard for the moment. With that 19 machine, David Overstreet going to take that top spot away, and Overstreet going to be done with his lap. So the 02 machine turning a 50.611. Moving Buchanan down into second place. Several drivers getting up to speed, including the 04 Mark Mann. Mark Mann right now in 26th spot as we have just about 2 minutes left of qualifying. The 43 machine, Wayne Finley, he is out there. Wayne drifting up and now down, so he is going to shut it down for his qualifying effort. He's sliding backwards just a little bit into 8th place. John Wilder in the 91 machine. Right now he is in 21st as we have a minute and a half left. He's going to come around for his faster lap this time. He is running down on that yellow line. The 91 machine through the trial, and we're going to see where he's going to move into. That 91 crossing the start finish line. He's going to go from 28th up to 15th spot. And as we like to do here at Turn 3 Racing Network, we're going to step away for the national anthem. We'll be back to bring you tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back to the Turn 3 Racing Network as we are getting ready to bring you tonight's starting lineup. Row number 1 of the GW Graphics Grid, Paul Servant in the 3 machine with a 50.536, laying down the best lap time for qualifying. On his outside, going to be the 88 of Dana Osborne with a 50.537. So the front row having something figured out. Very close times right there between those two. Row number 2 will be the 133 of Jesse Unruh and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row number 3 will be the 019 of Donald Sadusky and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 4 will be the 4 machine of Chris Akers, and on his outside, the unlucky Canuck, the 99 of Kelly Dahl. Row 5 will be the 8 of Ben Peterson, and on his outside, the 17 machine of J.D. Crow. Row number 6, the 23 of Russell McCarron, on his outside, the 131 of Brandon Herndon. Row number 7 will be the 9 of Pondo Co. and the 61 of D.J. Mitzel. Row number 8, the 24 of Timothy Lee and the 91 of Sean Wilder. Row number 9 will be the 603 of Peter Bailey and the 84 of Lynn McNeese. Row 10 will be the 48 of T.J. Bach, and on his outside, the 43 machine of Wayne Finley. Row number 11, the 02 of David Overstreet and the 388 of Doug Johnson. Row 12 will be the 62 of Les Levy and the 30 of Donald Bennett. Row 13, the 21 of Daniel Holloway and the 77 of David Booth. Row 14 will be R.J. Buchanan and Sean Stevens in the 27. Row 15 will be the 343 of Russell Hancock and the 151 of Rick Greenaway. Row 16 will be David Gainforth and Gary Whitmire. Row 17 will be Chris Whitaker in the 41 and the 2 of A.J. McCarron. Row 18 will be the 03 of Rudy Cummins and the 71 of Stacy Bedard. Row 19 will be the 011 of Jason Kinzer and the 11 of Roy Grandy. Row 20, the 711 of Squirmin Stephen Herman, and on his outside, the 31 of Todd Poston. Row 21, going to be the 37 of J.R. Johnson and the 10 of Joe Sanders. And that is tonight's GW Graphics starting lineup. 42 drivers on the grid for tonight's race. Want to give a shout out to everyone checking in on YouTube. How y'all doing out there tonight? Very early in the race to be picking a race winner, but man, if you are up for the challenge, go ahead and let me know who you want to see win the race here tonight. Pace car down and away. The PADD 200 getting ready to fire off. Paul Servant in that 3 machine in control of the field. Long wait between the pace car being off and the green flag dropping, but here we go. The 3 machine of Paul Servant on the throttle. Jesse Unruh right behind him. The 88 machine, Dana Osborne, trying to stay to the door of the 3 machine as they head off into turn number 1. 42 cars all set and sail here at Talladega. Servant in the 3 easily to the front. Jesse tucked in right behind him. The 19 machine, that is Big Daddy Don Sadusky right there with the 4 of Chris Akers, making up the 4 cars down on the inside line. We will be seeing several cars 2, 3, 4 wide here tonight at Talladega. Plenty of room for all that shenanigans of door-to-door racing that we get with these super speedway style action. But Paul Servant in the 3 coming around to lead the first lap. The 19 machine trying to take it away from him as he's got the momentum on the high side, but Servant gonna lead the first lap. We got one down on the apron, and that is the 27 of Sean Stevens. Now the 4 machine dropping out of line. He's down inside several cars as the caution flag is going to come out. And I believe the caution is going to come out for the 27 of Sean Stevens. Let's go and check out the Key Realty 27 machine. He works his way through the tri-oval. Tucked in behind the 62 of Les Levy. There's a 388 of Doug Johnson, just not meeting up with that back bumper in the best way possible. The 27 going to slide up the racetrack and trigger a caution. Tried to keep it on the racing surface, just not able to do so. So first yellow of the night, single car spin by the 27 of Sean Stevens. Mara Clark checking in, of course. She wants the 04. That is Mark Mann. How you doing out there tonight, Miss Mara? The 04 in the Batmobile. Right now, he finds himself inside the top 10, sitting in 8th place. With the field being drawn behind the pace car for the first time tonight, let's go through our point standings. DJ Mitzel, by virtue of winning the race last week, comes in tonight as your points leader. 49 points accumulated over that first race of the season. We are into race number 2 of a 13 race season. Anthony Poston, also known as Todd, sitting in 2nd place. He's only 6 points behind DJ. So that is going to be a close battle all season long. Doug Johnson 3rd, 4th. Lynn McNeese, Mark Mann coming into tonight 5th place in the point standings. Only one race completed. Race number 2 looking at having its 3rd lap completed. All 3 laps have been led by Paul Servant so far. That 3 machine put on a heck of a show last week. Just got the short end of the stick towards the end of the race and was not able to capitalize on his dominating performance. We'll see if he can pick up where he left off last week. We have had several cars come down pit road. The first one on and off pit road so far, that is the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Holloway right now finding himself in 27th spot. Made a pit stop for fuel. No tires on that, just fuel. Topped off his tank. We'll see how this strategy works out for the drivers who have come down pit road. 26 cars stayed out. Everyone else has hit pit road. The 2 machine of AJ McCarron, extended stay in his pit stall. Looks like he was hammering out some damage. You can learn more about people against distracted driving at the PADD.org website. .131 of Brandon Herndon. Right now he finds himself in 13th spot. Herndon, since the drop of the green flag, pretty much has stayed right where he's at. We only had 1 full lap under green conditions, so it is to be expected. Kind of hard to move up or down through the field. The 131 finds himself in 13th spot. Keep an eye on that 131 machine all night long, see if he can move forward. Kelly Dahl in the 99 started last week's race, but had some computer issues. Was unable to complete all but, well, I think he only did 2 laps. As I said, he is the unlucky Canuck. That 99 machine is out there tonight. I look forward to calling a race that he is driving. Kelly and I work together on Thursday nights during the fall. So it is very nice to get to see him out on track. Kelly lining up outside row number 5 for this restart. Paul Servant in the 3. Once again on the inside for this restart. Field working its way through 3 and 4. Pace car starting to head down towards pit lane. We're going to fire these guys back up once again. 75 laps, our scheduled distance here tonight. And the 3 machine on the inside with the 133 of Jesse Unruh on his outside. And here we go. Green flag out once again to get hooked up very quickly. Paul starting to pull out just ahead of the 133, but watch that for Chris Akers. If he can get to the back bumper here through 1 and 2, that outside lane is going to generate a lot of momentum. But now the 19 going to make a move up in front. And Daddy Don to the outside, passing for the lead down the backstretch. Tons of momentum on that outside line. The 19 is clear. The 133 is clear. Both are going to drop down in front of the 3 of Servant. And so give the lead to Don Sadusky in the 19 machine. Field working its way through the tri-oval and across the start finish line. The 19 going to lead his first lap of the race. Hopefully the internet will settle down and we can get back to racing. Sorry about that. Seems like things have settled in, and not only have they settled in for me, but the drivers are starting to settle in as side-by-side action continuing. Jesse in the 133 out in front of the field for the moment. The 3 of Paul Servant has made his way to the outside lane. We'll see if he can make something happen there as he's got the 4 of Chris Akers on his back bumper. Sadusky pushing Unruh in the 133. They are working that inside lane, hugging that yellow line up off the corner. And now the 19 making a move to the outside. The 88 of Dana Osborne moving up to the back bumper of the 133. Dana now working back and forth all over the 133. The 19 going to drop down to the inside once again. They moved up to the high side to make a pass. As soon as cleared that inside lane, dropping down to the yellow line. This is going to be a move we see time and time again here tonight. Drivers utilizing that bottom lane to start their run, and then jumping up to the high side when that momentum is carried from the high side through the corner. There you see the 88 making a move to the upper lane now. He's going to try and use the momentum that Paul Servant has. The 4 Chris Akers making it 3 wide for the moment. That is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds filling the hole that the 4 is left. Nobody going to the high side with Chris Akers. He's starting to lose some ground, but he is going to slide back in behind the 26. down this long Talladega backstretch. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 machine, Chris Akers in the 4. We go on board with the Reese's 4 machine. See the momentum from that outside lane really charging ahead. The 88 going to drop down to the inside. That puts Paul Servant back to the front of a lane. He is going to lead another lap. So far, Savant has led 7 laps here tonight. Now the 26 of Hunter Reynolds starting to roll to the front. Hunter Reynolds, no stranger to super speedway racing, and the caution flag gonna come out as we have the 27 of Sean Stevens in trouble once again, along with the 2 of AJ McCarron. Let's back this up. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happens to the 27 and the 2. Oh. Take a look at this from our aerial coverage. As the 2 of AJ McCarron came back up on the track, the 41 had nowhere to go. Right on board with the 41 machine. You see the accident happening up ahead. And then heavy contact for the 41 machine. But caution coming out for the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. And now we might see several more drivers make their way down on the pit road. Working our second caution of the night. Had 5 lane changes among 3 different drivers. Hunter Reynolds pulling into his stall, Paul Servant into his. Everyone looking like they are getting in cleanly. Fuel only for the 3 and the 26. They are down and away. The 4 of Chris Akers, another one of those drivers, fuel only. So the 3 coming off in second, but the 1 winning the race off of pit road, that is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. The 82 machine, that is Daniel Harrington. He is rejoined, or I should say he has made his way out on the track 3 laps ago. Missed the first 10 laps of the race. But the 82 now getting out, being part of this. He does find himself 10 laps down. Daniel Harrington getting a piece of the action finally, using this caution to help himself get caught up. Looks like he is going to take a wave around here. And with that wave around, right now he is 10 laps off the pace. He's got a lot of work to do, but it is a long race. 75 laps are scheduled distance here tonight. Attrition could take its toll, and that 82 machine could find itself working.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers starting to form up behind the pace car. The lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang, and we get ready to fire them off once again. 26, Hunter Reynolds, your race leader, the 3 of Paul Servant on his outside. So far, Servant has led the most laps at 7 laps here tonight. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds has led for 4 laps. And big old daddy Don Sadusky has led for 3 laps so far in total. $43 car field now that Dan Harrington has joined in on the action. All 43 cars still out there here tonight for the PADD 200. People against distracted driving. Want to check in on a few drivers that we haven't talked a lot about here so far tonight. 03, that is Rudy Cummins, making his first start of the season with this NSRA Sunday Select Series. Right now he finds himself in 37th spot and hanging around at the back. Rudy, no stranger to commentating a race. Could find Rudy most nights over at Max Speed TV, but here tonight he is on Turn 3 Racing Network, and it's good to see him out there. As we get ready to go green flag racing once again, pace car down and away. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds gonna get on the throttle as the green flag comes out. And it looks like with that green flag coming out, the 4 Chris Akers not able to get to the back bumper of the 26. Paul Servant in the 3, working with the 10 of Joe Sanders. They're going to have the momentum down the backstretch. The 10 trying to push the 3 of Servant all the way to the race lead, but now the 4 of Akers has gotten to the back bumper of the 26. They're going to have the momentum through the corner here, and Hunter Reynolds in that 26 now going to make his way back to the front. Servant in the 3 had a good run going, but now that outside lane is stalled out, and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds now facing a challenge from the 4 of Chris Akers. The 10 of Joe Sanders moving up to the 3rd lane. He's going to lose a lot of ground. He does not have anyone helping him. We do have 2 other cars up there. That's the 151 of Rick Greenaway, as he is trying to make something happen in the 3rd lane. I'm sorry, that was not the 151. I believe that was the 91 that I was seeing on that third lane. So the 91 now dropping down. Joe Sanders in the 10, still on the high side. Not having any help, but at the front, the 4, Chris Akers. He's going to move to the race lead. And Akers is going to lead his first lap of the race. So the 4 out in front, but the 3 of Paul Servant still lurking inside the top 3. That Oreo blue and white machine not allowing himself to be dislodged from his location. He's now got the 133 of Jesse Unroe behind him. Mark Mann in the 04. He is the 3rd car on the inside lane. As we go on aboard with the 04 machine. Across the Talladega start-finish line. Man down on the inside, following in the tire tracks of the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Three wide, that is the 23 machine of Russell McCarron as he is starting to make his way forward. Now Jesse in the 133 going to move up to the high side. We're 3 wide on the front stretch. Battle for the race lead from top to bottom, but the caution flag going to come out as we have several cars in trouble, including Squirmin' Herman in the 711 machine. That is the 9 of Pondo Co. getting involved as well. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happened here to the 711. Oh, it's the 343. And the 388 are going to get together. That is Doug Johnson in the 388. The 343, that is Russell Hancock. So the 3 wide action. Gonna see these guys really tear up some cars coming off of turn number 4. Squirmin' Herman in the 711 gonna drill the 9 of Pondo Co. as he was out of control trying to dodge the cars. Pondo able to get rolling though. But with everyone coming down pit road last time, we'll see who is going to take to the open pit lane. Hunter Reynolds leading the field down onto pit lane. One driver staying out. That is the 3 of Paul Servant. So far, it looks like almost everyone else staying onto pit road. We go off the nose of the 17 of J.D. Crow for this pit stop. Fuel only for the 17. He has topped off his tanks. The 61 of DJ Mitzel gonna beat him off of pit road. DJ, your last week's race winner. One other driver who stayed out with the 3 of Paul Servant, that's the 21 of Daniel Holloway. The Holloway not coming down pit road. Well, what do you say, guys? Let's see here. Let's find someone to talk to. And you know what? I would be remiss in my duties if I did not bring up this guy and give him an interview And that is none other than the legendary Rudy Cummins. Rudy, you got your ears on, bud?
Sorry about that. I forgot I was on push to talk. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. How you doing, KR?
I'm doing great up here in the broadcast booth, but tonight you've traded your microphone for a steering wheel. What's that feeling like out there for you?
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I just cannot believe how rusty I am. It's just crazy. I already owned up one caution there. Everybody checked up in front of me, and I didn't know what to do, go right, left, or what, and I took out somebody, and I apologize, but I took the blame for it. But I'll tell you what, it's been pretty fun out here. I mean, I'm kind of liking this, trading in the microphone for a steering wheel.
Well, the 03 right now is in the back half of the field, but Rudy, getting that rust knocked off, you still got 55 laps to do it. You think you can get inside the top 10 here tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, I am not going to promise anything because, like I said, I am so rusty. I would just as soon just leave the racing, the good racing up there to the front. I'll just take wherever I can finish here tonight. I haven't used any resets yet, thankfully, but man, it's been pretty crazy out here already.
Glad it has, man. And as always, man, anytime a broadcaster can get down into a race car, it makes for a good time and a good old talking point. But Rudy, man, we're going to let you get back to it. But before we do, any shout outs or thank yous?
Well, I'd just like to thank you for broadcasting, KR. I appreciate you taking over where I left off, and that's pretty cool. And a shout out to PADD for being the official sponsor this season. That is really awesome. Folks, if you can check out their website, PADD, it's a great thing there. And man, I'm telling you what, people against distracted driving is amazing. So, but thank you, KR.
That is Rudy Cummins, driver of the 03 machine, part of Checkered Flag Motorsports, taking the time to talk to us. And yeah, of course, I had to talk to Rudy. From one broadcaster to another, it's always a good time when you see one of us out on the track. But Rudy, just excited to be out there. We are excited to watch him. As I mentioned, right now he is in a 32nd spot. He did bring up a good point. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you check out padd.org. That's PADD.org, People Against Distracted Driving. If you need to, it is down in the broadcast description below. While you're doing that, man, make sure you hit that thumbs up for these drivers. It's going to go a long way for them. Means a lot. Lets them know that you appreciate the show that they are putting on for you all here tonight. So as the field works its way around this 2.6 mile track at Talladega, pace car so far keeping these guys in check, but only a matter of time before we let them loose once again. Our track information here tonight, as I mentioned, Talladega being a 2.65 mile speedway here on iRacing, has 4 turns. Beautiful weather for the track here tonight, 81 degrees, the track temp. Gonna ask for better conditions to get around this super speedway. So with the lights staying on, let's see if we can't catch another driver to talk to. I know just the man for this one.
Right.
From the 04, that is none other than Mark Mann. Mark Mann, you got your ears on, bud?
I do, KR. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. That 04 machine right now sitting inside the top 5. How's your race going so far tonight?
So far, so good. As long as I stick with Hunter, he's showing me the way.
Teammates at Alliance Motorsports starting to work together here on Sunday night. What is it going to take for you two to be top dogs at the end of this thing?
Well, just hopefully we catch a little bit of luck and keep our track position. Don't get caught up in anything, and I think we'll have a shot at this tonight for sure. But just got to keep our noses clean up here. Hopefully, it's been pretty calm in the front, But so hopefully that continues. A lot of give and take.
A lot of give and take going on here early at Talladega, but when that give and take wears out, what can we expect to see?
I am just gonna lock bumpers with Hunter and see how far I can, see if I can push him to a win tonight. That'd feel real good to get a teammate in a victory lane. But I never usually think about that mid-race. I usually only think about that on the last lap, and hopefully we're there. That's a roll of the dice, bro.
Now, speaking of locking bumpers, how many laps can you turn before this engine lets go?
Oh boy, in practice I ran it in the red and did a full lap, and it was at about 310, and I actually tucked out because I was afraid I was going to pop it, and we had a good practice field there. So in my past experience, it's usually 1 3/4 to 2 laps, and you will blow that engine.
All right, well, when we see you lock bumpers, I guess it'll be about the white flag lap then, huh?
And I will not be lifting. It'll be go or blow.
All right, man. Well, we look forward to seeing that, and the 04 out on tracks. Do have a few fans in the stands here, so any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
I'd like to thank my friend, colleague, and fan Mara Clark, and all the other friends and fans watching at home. I'd like to thank NSRA, the boys, for all that they do, and PADD people. I can never forget it. Anyway, go to PADD.org. That's their website. And I'd like to thank Turn 3 and all that you guys do. Always love it having you here, KR.
That is Mark Mann in the 04. You can catch him not only on Sunday nights, but also on Monday nights right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But Mark Mann, always one to have a good time out on the racetrack. And, well, right now he's sitting inside the top 5. Lights have gone out on the pace car. Paul Servant in the 3 machine. Down on the inside of row number 1 on his outside for the first time. Servant going to see a new driver. That is the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Hunter Reynolds going to tuck in behind the 3 for this restart, and on Reynolds outside, his teammate from Alliance Motorsports. That is the 04 of Mark Mann. The other driver from Alliance Motorsports, Sean Stevens in the 27 machine. He is having a very rough start to this Talladega race. Already been involved in 2 incidences so far tonight. And Sean Stevens finds himself all the way back into 40th place. And what could be an uphill battle, but plenty of racing left to go. 52 laps as it is. Under this caution, we did see one car go behind the wall. That is the 10 of Joe Sanders. He might be done for the night. We'll see if he's going to get back out there or what the plan is for the 10 machine. But so far, Joe Sanders out of the race behind the wall. Here we go. Drivers without a pace car. That means we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. The 3 of Paul Servant gonna get on the throttle, and away we go once again. The 21 of Daniel Holloway gonna stay right with him as we go door to door. Down into turn number 1, the 21 having the 04 of Mark Mann pushing him through the corner up in that middle lane, trying the outside around the 3 of Paul Servant. One car trying to make it 3 wide. Not sure who that is that's going 3 wide, but looks like they have tucked back in, and that was the 011, I believe, of Jason Kinzer. So 2 by 2 they go off a turn number 4 and into the tri-oval. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds trying to take over the top spot once again, and Reynolds going to be your leader at the line that time. Paul Servant staying down on that yellow line, not giving up from it. Jesse Unrow in the 133 pushing that 3 machine. Very similar to how this race started, the 3 and the 133 working together on the bottom lane. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, working with Daniel Holloway. We've got a few drivers all the way up to the top. Sean Wilder in the 91 and the 151 of Rick Greenaway up in that third lane. Wilder gonna abandon Greenaway. And now Greeny looking for somewhere to slide in. Losing some ground. Finally slots in behind the 99 of Kelly Dahl. Meanwhile, back at the front, the 3 machine still down on that yellow line, not giving any inches there for the 133 to get underneath him. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds staying up on that middle lane here at Talladega. Plenty of room for 3 wide action. We've seen those drivers try and make something happen in the third lane. So far, no one wanting to venture out there just yet since this restart. We did see a couple restarts ago, several cars try and make that third lane work, and it did push the 133 up to the front. With 48 laps to go here at Talladega, drivers getting about 18 to 19 laps of fuel. Paul Servant and Daniel Holloway last on pit road 16 laps ago, but keep in mind they had 6 laps of caution. So we'll see how far this 3 and 21 can go. If we get into a long green flag run, how this strategy is going to play out for them. They have the good fortune of both of them being on the same strategy, so they will have to try and work together if they have to hit pit road under green. Those 2 cars not going to be as fast as the pack. We'll see how this plays out for the 3 and the 21. Third lane starting to develop. Got a few cars venturing up there. Right now, they are being led by the 19 of Daddy Don Sadusky. He's making his way. Oh, we got big trouble heading into the tri-oval. Mark Mann involved. Sadusky involved. The 30 of Donald Bennett getting a piece of it. The 77 going around. Todd Poston in the 31 looks like he's got a chunk missing out of his nose. Go to our turn 3 instant replay and figure out what happened here. Ride on board with the 31 of Todd Poston. The 19 on the high side. You see the 26 gets turned. Everyone's scattering behind. It is a log jam of a mess. High atop from the blimp. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 machine. Daniel Holloway in the 21. Oh man, just bad contact there between those 2. And then everyone else with nowhere to go. Gonna come piling in. Pondo Co in the 9 getting another piece of this one. That 9 machine up in smoke. Hopefully he's got a fast repair available to Pondo Co. But several cars torn up for this one. Caution flag coming out to the favor of the 3 and the 21. Savant into his pit stall cleanly. Tires for the 133 machine. Savant down and away. Fuel only for that 3 and the 4 Chris Akers. So some drivers taking 2 tires, some drivers taking no tires. That is the 7-Eleven of Squirmin' Herman making his way around. He is getting the free pass. Going to end up now 1 lap down in that 7-Eleven machine. As he makes his way back to the field, the 4 of Chris Akers and the 3 of Paul Servant sitting second and first. The 82 of Dan Harrington. Right now he finds himself 9 laps down. Harrington might try and take the wave around here in that 82 and get 1 of his laps back. So far, that 82 machine is going to have a shot at the 10 of Joe Sanders. Sanders out of this race for the moment. Looks like maybe they have pulled their scorecard as well. They have been behind the wall for the last 8 laps. With no official word just yet about the 10, does look like he will be done for the night. That is a free car for the 82 of Harrington to work his way around. But Dan Harrington in that 82 machine finding himself 9 laps down right now. Gonna take the wave around here, it looks like, to get, you know, back to the tail end of this field. With 45 laps to go, we still have 42 cars out on track. Of those 42 cars, 40 of them are on the lead lap. So Harrington got a lot of work to do still. You guys want to check out Harrington? He is live on Twitch at Demon Tech 82. He'd love to have you stop by. If you do, tell him I sent you. That I say, hey Dan, good luck, have fun out there, go win. You know, whatever you need to tell him to pump him up a little bit. Check in on the 5 machine of Gary Whitmer. Gary started in 32nd, finds himself in 19th place. So moving forward throughout this 31 laps that he's completed. Gary is sporting the pad on his race car. People against distracted driving. And you know what? We got some time to kill. Let's see if we can break Gary's concentration. Try and get a word in with the driver of the 5 machine. That is none other than Gary Whitmer. Gary, you got your ears on, bud?
I got you.
How you doing out there tonight in the 5 machine?
Just patience. That's what it's going to take to win this thing.
Well, that 5 machine right now is inside the top 20. You started in 32nd. You're working your way forward, and you do have someone by the name of Becky who is cheering for you. So what is it going to take for this 5 to be patient out there as you got 44 laps to go?
Well, I got both resets, which is good. So we'll have to have a lot of luck in this one.
All right, well, PADD on the side of this thing. Anything you can tell us about PADD.org?
Yeah, PADD is People Against Distracted Driving. It's brought up the founders of Mike Kalini and Jenny Kalini. Their daughter was killed in an accident, and that's what brought this on.
All right, well, the 5 machine looks like it's got a little bit of damage on that back bumper, but you're holding on to your 2 fast repairs. Not a bad strategy there. If you still have those fast repairs later on in the race, you thinking about burning one to clean everything up?
Yeah, I had 11-second damage on that one, and trying to save the 2 fast repairs towards the end. See what happens.
All right, man. Well, the lights have gone out on the pace car. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, the girlfriend Tiffany Cooper, and which is probably asleep right now. And Mom, thanks for watching.
That is Gary, driver of the 5 machine. And Gary, please remind me what team you are on.
I usually run with the Candy Shack.
Candy Shack Motorsports. All right, that is the 5 of Gary Whitmer. Man, oh man, that 5 machine sounds like he's got a good plan under his belt. We'll see if he can execute the plan. I once heard there's no such thing as bad plans, just good plans executed poorly. We'll see. No such thing as bad ideas, just good ideas executed poorly. There it is. I knew I'd get to it eventually. One driver who has been a mainstay at the front of the field, that is the 3 of Paul Servant. He has led 18 laps and counting. The 4 of Chris Akers, he has been just a few cars behind this 3 machine all night long. This time, he's going to start on his outside for this restart. We'll see what the 4 of Akers has up his sleeve as they will be taking the green flag with 42 laps to go. Pace car down and away. The field working its way through the trial now as we get ready to fire them off once again. Servant and Akers door to door for this restart as the green flag comes out and they work their way across the start finish line. The 3 and the 4 side by side drag racing down into turn number 1. They're gonna pitch each other, try and elevate their game. The 61 of DJ Mitzel, last week's race winner, inside the top 5. We'll see if he can make it 2 for 2 as the field comes down the back stretch, everyone getting up to full speed. Through the trial as they make their way to the start finish line. Servant gonna lead another lap. Akers still hanging tough at his door. The 131 machine, that is Brandon Herndon. He is pushing Servant as hard as he can. We got one up in that high side. Do want to point out that the 388 of Doug Johnson is sitting on pit road, has been there for a while now, so Doug Johnson might be, oh no, Johnson just now down and away. He is going to rejoin the race. So a very long pit stop for the 388, working on some damage. He finds himself 4 laps down as he gets back into the race. Servant starting to pull ahead just a little bit now on that inside line. The 131 of Herndon staying with him, continuing to push him to the front. The 4 of Akers dropping back a little bit. The outside lane had some momentum get broken up a little bit. They are trying to gather that lost ground back up. One driver I haven't mentioned besides calling his name out during the grid, and that is the 84 of Lynn McNeese. And Lynn right now finds himself in 14th spot, started in 18th, and he is in a knot of cars for the moment. The 88 of Dana Osborne making a move to the high side. McNeese not going to go with him, or is he? He hasn't decided just yet where he wants to go. He's kind of riding right there in the middle behind the 0-2 of Overstreet. 3 wide for the moment. Dana Osborne in the 88, one of those drivers up in the 3rd lane. The 8 machine of Ben Peterson, the other one. Akers in the 4, going to drop down in front of the 3 of Servant. But here comes the 8 and the 88. Using that 3rd lane, 2 cars versus a lot more than 2. Peterson in the 8 machine. Now challenging for the race lead. DJ Mitzel in the 61 has it for the moment. That is the 19 of Sadusky right behind the 61. And now it looks like Peterson in the 8 and Osborne in the 88 going to lose some ground through 3 and 4. And now that outside lane is really broken up. The 8 of Peterson all by himself. Osborne in the 88 was able to drop down to that 2nd lane, and now he finds himself 3rd car in that 2nd groove, tucked in behind the 19 of Sadusky. Chris Akers has been out front now for 6 laps in total throughout this event. We're just past the halfway. We got the 19 hard into the wall going into the tri-oval. Now the 99's involved. Lynn McNeese back up the track, and we got cars going all over the place. No caution just yet. Rick Greenaway spinning, and now the yellow flag gonna fly. Kelly Dahl in the 99 involved. They're still crashing behind the pace car. But Rick Greenaway getting a piece of this one. Kelly Dahl involved, and it all starts with the 19 shooting up the track. Everyone trying to make room for him. Lynn McNeese and Kelly Dahl going through the grass. So a big stack up here as they headed into the trial, and the 19 blew his engine. That is what happened to the 19 machine as he tried to get out of the way. Wayne Finley hard into the inside wall with Todd Poston. So another caution coming out here at Talladega. The 4, Chris Akers, trying to catch up to the pace car. The 61 to DJ Mitzel right behind him. So as the field slows once again, I think we'll see several drivers on the pit lane this time. In fact, most of the field I expect will be on pit road. The 4 of Chris Akers leading the drivers on the pit lane. Wayne Finley having to take the flatbed to his stall. Akers in the 4, gonna win the race off of pit road. Servant in the 3, 4th car off the pit lane. But back to the front is the 4 machine with another outstanding pit stop. So guys, we're gonna take a moment, we're gonna step away. We'll be right back after this.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaw.
Welcome back to the Turn 3 Racing Network as we are getting ready to wrap up our caution here that has slowed the field down. This is the NSRA Sunday Select Series. They present the People Against Distracted Driving 200 right here at Talladega. Hope y'all are holding on tight because this race starting to get down to the nitty gritty. We have 33 laps to go, make it 32 when they cross the start finish line. Lights go out on the pace car and we're gonna stack them up and we're gonna let these monsters loose once again. Ford Mustang gonna get ready to head off the track. See if we can fire these bad boys up. Get this race in before the rain sets, before anything else happens. Before Chris Akers, he's out front for the moment. He has led 11 laps in total here tonight. The 61 of DJ Mitchell on his outside. DJ still looking for his first lap of the race, but DJ coming in as the points leader, picking up that first win of the season last week in our first race of the season. You have a few more cars who have dropped out of the race. Joe Sanders, first car out of the race, he scored in 43rd. But we have also lost Jason Kinzer and Pondo Co. For the moment, they are scored 39th and 40th. Pondo Co. in 39th and Jason Kinzer in 41st. So a few drivers out of the race. 3 in fact. Daniel Harrington in the 82, he is 9 laps down, scored in 42nd place. Doug Johnson in the 388, he scored in 40th. They are still out there racing. Johnson 5 laps down. Of the cars that are on the lead lap, that is 34 of them. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 71 of Stacy Bedard. But the field working its way onto the front stretch. We get ready to go green flag racing once again. Chris Akers in the 4, leading the field through the tri-oval. Eyeballs up on the flagman as we get ready to fire him off. Here we go. DJ Mitchell on the outside. Can he make it 2 in a row? Green flag is out and we are back underway here at Talladega. The 4 and the 3 get an excellent jump. We got Lynn McNeese down below the yellow line. Looks like he got an unlucky bump. Now the 131 of Brandon Herndon, he's dropping down to the inside lane. DJ Mitchell being left high and dry. No one working with the 61 just yet. He's got somewhere to drop down. No, he doesn't. That is closing up quickly. The 133 of Jesse Unruh not letting him in. DJ Mitchell might have to wait till that 30 machine of Donald Bennett can get to his back bumper. Now we go on board with Mitchell in that 61 machine. He's going to move back up to the outer lane. Bennett not able to get to him just yet. Mitzel going to lose a little bit more ground. Herndon in the 131. Trying his luck on the outside. They work their way down the Talladega backstretch. Vehicles up to full speed here. Hog heaven on the back bumper of that 131. Not everybody can have the perfect college, and the 131 machine obviously has made his choice, whether it be right or wrong. Now Akers in the 4 going to move up in front. Akers going to try and lead this one. Paul Servant in the 3. Going to have the 88 of Dana Osborne on his back bumper, but Akers going to be your leader at that lap. The 61 of DJ Mitzel, now the 3rd car in the outside lane. Akers going to drop down to the inside in front of Servant. 62, I believe that was Les Levy. Making some moves here, trying to work his way forward. Lynn McNeese. Sorry, that is not Lynn McNeese. Who, goodness. Paul Servant to the front of the field, but just in front of them. Thought I saw a few cars slow, but I believe I was mistaken. So yeah, don't believe anything I say. Good grief. We ride on board with the 3 of Servant. Yellow flag coming out. Big stack up coming off of turn number 2. Peter Bailey involved in this one. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 getting a piece of it as well. John Wilder trying to get his car righted. The 2 of AJ McCarron. Several cars up in smoke. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay. Let's see what happened here. 02 of Overstreet coming off of turn number 2. And just chaos ensuing. Everyone going every which way, trying to find a spot to slide into. So again, we go back to yellow flag as the pace car back out. This is our 6th caution of the night. The 3 machine of Paul Servant going to make his way onto pit road, bringing several drivers with him. TJ Buck in the 48 machine, he is going to stay out. Looks like so far he is the only one that is going to stay out. Everyone else making their way down pit road. And the 3 of Servant going to win the race off of pit road. Akers coming off 2nd. But for the first time tonight, TJ Buck in the 48 machine going to lead his first lap of the race. So with that being said, guys, we're going to step away from the microphone, take a little break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to talk to a few more of our drivers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And now I'm going to take a moment and talk to the driver of the 30 machine. That is none other than Don Bennett. Don, you got your ears on, buddy?
Yes, sir.
That 30 machine right now finds itself inside the top 10. How is your race going so far tonight?
Except for that one caution I got piled into, it's going pretty good. Let's see if we can keep it up here and maybe sneak out a win.
Well, that 30 machine has Turn 3 Racing Network all over the side of it, brightly colored in orange. What can you tell us about your paint job here tonight?
Well, first off, I want to thank my sponsor, Turn 3. You guys, man, up in the booth, you guys do a hell of a job. I got to thank Roger for, everything he's done for me. He's taught me, he's the reason I'm out here. And I enjoy watching you guys in the booth and going back and watching the broadcast. All
right, well, the 30 machine, nicely brightly colored orange in honor of Roger Muth, I'm sure. But man, that 30 machine trying to work its way forward. As I mentioned, you're inside the top 10. What are some things you're seeing going on out there that has allowed you to make it up into 7th place so far?
Just pit strategy and just weaving in and out of these cars and hoping like heck I don't get collected in anything.
All right, man. Well, 24 laps to go in this thing. You pretty close on fuel. You think you're gonna have to stop again?
I'm about 3 gallons shy, so we'll see what happens.
All right, well, man, the field's stacking up behind the pace car, so we'll let you get to it. And any team that you're on that you need to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Bohecki Esports. They're a hell of a bunch of guys, and can't wait to race with them again.
All right, that is the driver of the 30 machine, Donald Bennett from Bohecki Esports, taking a moment to talk to us, and we appreciate all the drivers as we interrupt their concentration and ask them silly questions that are, well, entertaining for those of us not behind the wheel. The 48 of TJ Buck in control of this field by virtue of not coming down pit road. Buck leading the race for the first time tonight. We'll see how this plays out for the 48 as we ride on board down behind the pace car. TJ Buck from Meteor Racing, the 48 machine, looking to cap off this night with a race win. Sounds like everyone's gonna have to come down pit road one more time for sure. So the 48, even though he was last on pit road a while ago, not the only one short on fuel. Everyone else going to be one of those drivers to hit pit lane. As the pace car peels off, the 48 now starting to eyeball our flagman and see how this is going to play out for him. The TJ Buck way out in front of the field. Paul Servant in the 3 hanging way back. As the green flag comes out, the 48 doesn't have anyone on his back bumper. The 3 is Servant trying to get rolling. He's got a good head of steam. Here comes the 61 of DJ Mitzel. They head off into turn number 1. Akers got caught napping in that 4 machine. Now everyone's starting to close up, but that 3 is Servant, with the help of Mitzel, gonna have a good head of steam down the back stretch. Now the 3 drops down to the inside. The 61 of Mitzel gonna stay in that outer lane. Jesse Unrow in the 133 gonna work with Mitzel on that high side. Here comes the 17 machine of JD Crow. And at the front for, well, however many it has been, Paul Servant in the 3, but DJ Mitzel gonna lead his first lap, and he's gonna dive down to the inside. Mitzel out front, leading this PADD 200 at Talladega. Servant gonna try to move on the outside. He had a good head of steam through the corner, had the lane in the outside, dropped up. Whew. Tell you what, this has been an exciting race. Now I'm getting all wound up. Servant in the 3 moved up, coming off a turn number 2, but Mitzel in the 61 down on the bottom. He's gonna take back the race lead, but it is gonna be a close one at the line as Servant's gonna come through the tri-oval with a full head of steam. He starts to make his way in the front of the 61, so Servant gonna add another lap to his tally. 25 laps led here so far by the 3 machine. $21 laps to go, and the 3 is going to drop down to the inside right in front of the 61 of Mitzel. We have had a few more drivers drop out of the race. The 71 of Stacy Bedard, he's scored in 38th spot. He is behind the wall, possibly done for the night. Don Sadusky also behind the wall. He has scored in 40th. Dan Harrington has made his way up in a 39th spot by virtue of not dropping out of the race. He is continuing to log laps and pass the cars that have called it a night. So Harrington trying to salvage a rough start as he started 10 laps after everyone else. Peter Bailey in the 603. He is on pit lane, has been for the last 11 minutes. Let's see if he can get back out there, but he is losing ground. He is right now 8 laps down and counting. He scored in 37th spot. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 27 of Sean Stevens. And he is in a world of hurt as he does not have anybody to draft with. That 27 machine rolling around a lot slower than the rest of the field, almost 4 seconds slower than our pack. He's got to have a caution to get caught back up to the field. The 19 machine and the 151 are going to get together and bring out another caution. Rick Greenaway involved in this one. I say the 19, but I'm not sure who that was. But Rick Greenaway involved in this one as he got smashed, working his way through the corner. That was the 19 of RJ Buchanan. Take another look at this one. Working their way down the backstretch. Sean Wilder going to try and make it 3 wide. Buchanan staying tucked in behind the 23. And things just get tight. Rick Greenaway going up and over. Kelly Dahl getting involved in that 99. Hunter Reynolds down through the grass trying to avoid everything. Les Levy in the 62 getting a little bit of this. And Dan Harrington right there in that 82 machine going, hey guys, if you want to drop out of the race, feel free. So caution flag coming out once again. And this time the 133 of Jesse Unrow going to lead the field onto pit road. Harrington in the 82 might be able to stay out and get the wave around. He does not have to come down pit road. Several drivers fuel only winning the race off of pit road. That is the 61 of DJ Mitzel. A good pit stop for the 61 machine. Doug Johnson in the 388, finding himself 5 laps down. That is the 6:03 of Peter Bailey. He is 8 laps down. But J.R. Johnson in the 37, the only driver to not hit pit road this time, now being scored as the race leader, has led his first lap of the race. With this pit stop, everybody should be good on fuel to the end of the race. The few drivers that you'll have to keep an eye on are the ones who have not come down pit road. That is including the 37 of J.R. Johnson. So with JR staying out, drivers hoping for the wave around, the 82 of Dan Harrington, the 43 of Wayne Finley, and JR is going to hit pit road. So JR hitting his pit stall, going to give the lead to the 61 of DJ Mitzel. Harrington in the 82 staying out, so he will be able to take the wave around now as he is trapped between the pace car and our race leader. Let's bring you up to speed on who is on what lap. So far, we do have 33 cars on the lead lap. We only have one car, one lap down. That is the 43 of Wayne Finley. He finds himself in 34th spot. David Overstreet in the 02. He is 3 laps down. He is in 35th place. Doug Johnson in the 388. He is 5 laps down, sitting on pit road. Still working on the damage on that machine, but he's going to drop the jack and away he goes. And then 603 of Peter Bailey, 8 laps down in 37th spot. And then the last car scored on the track is the 82 of Dan Harrington, and he is now 8 laps down, going for the wave around here. So if Harrington can get caught back up to the back of the pack here, he and Peter will be in a fight for position. That will be 37th spot up for grabs. Out of the race in 39th place, that is the 71 of Stacy Bedard. In 40th place is the 19 of Daddy Don Sadusky. 41st going to the 9 of Pondo Co. 42nd, the 011 of Jason Kinzer. And then our 43rd and final spot here tonight goes to the 10 of Joe Sanders. And Daniel Harrington is finally released, make his way to the tail end of the field. DJ Mitchell, Paul Servant lining up on row number 1 for the restart. With 15 laps to go, field should be set on fuel. Harrington in the 82, the only driver who probably cannot make it on fuel from here. Everyone else has already been on and off pit road. When the green flag flies, we will have 14 laps to go. And I'll tell you, now's a good time to pick your race winner. I asked who you were going to pick all the way back before the drop of the green flag. We had a 04 and a 91. Both drivers still in this race. Mark Mann in the 32nd spot right now. The 91 machine of Sean Wilder finding himself all the way back into 15th place. Those two drivers still going, and one for the 5. That is Gary Whitmer. And Gary right now finds himself, well, if I can find him, just saw him. But the caution light's going to come back on once again. We're going to go around another time. And Gary in the 5 machine. Gonna restart this one outside row number 5. So there you go. The people who have picked drivers, that is your rundown. 3 drivers have been picked. Gary Whitmire, Mark Mann, Sean Wilder. All of them still on the lead lap. All of them with a shot to win this. With the lights going out on the pace car one more time, we're going to try and take the green flag this time with 13 laps to go. Chris Akers in the 4. Outside of row number 3, he is led for 13 laps here tonight. He is the only one who has a shot at taking away leading the most laps from the 3 of Paul Servant. But in order to do that, Akers is going to have to get in front of that 3 machine in a hurry. Paul Servant in that 3 has been a dominating car here tonight. He is led for 26 laps. DJ Mitchell in the 61, last week's race winner. He finds himself right now in control of the field. Well, once the pace car gets out of his way. Can Mitchell in the 61 go 2 in a row, kick off this 13 race season with 2 wins? Here we go. Pace car down and away. We get ready to go green flag once again. This time we're going to have 13 laps to go. Servant in the 3 hanging way back once again. The 61 of Mitchell waiting for the green flag, and there it is. It is out once again, and Mitchell pulling away from the 17 of JD Crow. Servant staying tucked with the 131 of Brandon Herndon. They're going to charge to the front here as they have been hooked up since the drop of the green. The 17 just now getting to the back bumper of the 61. And Servant heading to the front. Will he drop down to the inside? Herndon in the 131 is clear of Mitzel. Both of them move down to the yellow line. That's going to leave the 4 of Chris Akers on the outside with the lead for that lane. And the 3 back to the front of the field. But here comes the 131 of Herndon. Herndon's going to make a move to the outside. Akers trying to get to his back bumper. Through the tri-oval, 3 wide, Akers in the 4. And Servant gonna lead another lap, and with that said, he is gonna wrap up leading the most laps here tonight. That 3 machine out front once again, everyone else scrambling behind them. The 5 of Gary Whitmer trying to find something. Right now he is in a log jam. Mitzel in the 61 dropping down in front of the 3, and the caution flag gonna come out again. We have several torn up race cars coming off of turn number 2. One of those smoking, that is the 91 of Sean Wilder. Timothy Lee in the 24 getting a piece of this. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay. See what happened to the 24. Lynn McNeese in the 84 getting torn up. Timothy Lee dropping down to that inside lane, able to avoid all the carnage. But Lynn McNeese in the 84. The 48 of TJ Buck making contact. Sean Wilder in the 91 skateboarding along that outside wall. Caution coming out while the 61 of DJ Mitzel had the race lead. This is our 8th caution of the night. We have had 26 lead changes among 9 different drivers. Mitzel in the 61 going for the fake out. Nobody hitting pit road just yet. Well, I take that back. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, he's going to hit pit road. He's going to lead a whole bunch of other drivers at the tail end of this field. Go on board with the 99 of Kelly Dahl. He's going to take tires and fuel. Like he's going to work on some damage as well. So with that said, guys, we're going to take a moment, catch our breath, and reset everything. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are working our way under caution once again. We're on board with Roy Crandy. Bobby chiming in from YouTube chat. Thank you very much for the vote for the 11 of Grandy. See if he can win this race. Right now, he is in 13th spot, right behind the 31 of Todd Poston. Quite a few cautions here at Talladega for the PADD 200. Guys, don't forget to check out PADD.org if you need to. It is down below in the broadcast description. While you're looking for that broadcast link, don't forget to hit a thumbs up. Let these drivers know that you appreciate the show that they are putting on for you. So Roy in that 11 machine, finding himself in 13th spot. We'll see if he can pull out the race win here tonight. Got a little bit of work to do, and with less than 10 laps to go in our scheduled distance, not a lot of time to work with. However, we are at Talladega. Each lap takes about 47 seconds when we're at full speed. Drivers starting to stack up for the pace car, or behind the pace car. The 41 of Chris Whitaker lining up as well. The 19 of RJ Buchanan, the 19 and the 41. We have seen them involved in an incident or two here tonight. Becky chiming in for the number 5 machine. Gary, well, not looking too bad for the 5 machine. Third row outside for this restart. And we taking the green flag with 7 laps to go. Not a bad place to be in that 5 machine. However, the best seat in the house, that is the 61 of DJ Mitchell. Caution came out for him as he had the race lead. But man, these guys have been mixing it up at the front of the field. Russell McCarron in the 23 going to be restarting outside row number 2. Have not talked a lot about that 23 machine. He finds himself in another good starting position for this restart, and the lights are going to come on the pace car once again, so we're going to go around one more time. This most recent incident has put a few more cars behind the wall, including the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 91 of Sean Wilder. Those two drivers have called it a night. Lights go back out on the pace car. We're going to try and line them up and fire them off this time. Looking out the back of the 61 of DJ Mitchell at this field. 43 cars entered into the race here tonight. Of those 43, 31 are on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 43 of Wayne Finley. He's managed to get back to the lead lap. Outstanding drive by the 43 machine, giving himself a chance to win this race. 36 cars still in the race. 2 drivers on pit road. That is the 711 of Squirmin' Herman and the 388 of Doug Johnson. We'll see if they can get back out there. They have been sitting on pit road for a while trying to repair their machines. Pace car peeling off this time. Lights have not come on it. It looks like we're going to take the green flag. So here we go. DJ Mitchell trying to go 2 for 2. Paul Servant in the 3, looking for his first win of the season. Has led the most laps here tonight. And the 61 waiting for that green flag to fly. The 131 of Brandon Herndon already to the back bumper of the 61. Here we go, back underway with 6 laps to go in the People Against Distracted Driving 200. Bitzel and Herndon trying to find a way to keep the 3 of Servant behind them. They are running bumper to bumper. The 17 of JD Crow, he's the 3rd car on the inside line. Can he make something happen here? Servant in the 3 now has the 23 of McCarran behind him. They're going to work their way into turns 3 and 4. We got 1 up along the wall trying to get that 3rd lane going. That is the 41 machine of, not Chris Akers. Akers is in the 4. That is Whitaker in the 41. But Mitzel coming around now with 5 laps to go. He's down on the inside lane. Oh, we got 1 into the wall. We're staying green for the moment, but heavy contact with the wall somehow. Not sure who that was. Managed to save it. And I think that was the 37 of J.R. Johnson, and it was. Way to be up on the wheel. However, that is going to separate this field out a little bit. DJ Mitzel, though, in the 61, not too worried about what's going on behind him. Eyes forward, trying to keep the 131 behind him and stay on that yellow line. Does not want to leave an opening as we got 4 laps to go. Herndon, if he can clear the 3, going to try and move up to that 2nd lane. However, here comes the 3. He's got the momentum down the backstretch. Crashing behind them, the yellow flag going to come out. The 88 of Dana Osborne involved. The 03 of Rudy Cummins also involved. 3 cars going around the Talladega backstretch. The 88 of Dana Osborne gets rolling once again. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happened here. The 27 of Stevens, the 101 of Gainforth, and the 03 of Rudy Cummins all getting involved in this one. So another caution flag coming out. And DJ Mitzel in the 61 machine going to be looking at his first attempt at a green-white checkered when we go back green flag racing. Sean Stevens and Rudy Cummins trying to catch up to the field. Damage on those 2 machines. We'll see if they hit pit road. Rudy looking like he's going to stay out in that 03. Mark Mann in the 04 on the pit road. John Stevens also hitting pit lane. J.R. Johnson, one of the drivers who has come down pit road as well. We saw Johnson get into the wall and keep it going. He's glad this caution came out and he can work on the damage he has received. But this is our first attempt at a green-white checkered. So the 03 of Rudy Cummins electing to stay out, not come down pit road. Interesting cause, he is missing the hood on his race car. John Stevens has made his way to pit road. He is working on his 27 machine. The 101 of Gainforth, he is starting to roll off out from his pit stall and back onto the track. So the 4 cars involved in this one, of the 4, Rudy is the only one who did not come down pit road. Dana in the 88 still in his pit stall working on that machine. Outside row number 1 for the start of the race. Here we are in a green-white checkered attempt in the 88 machine, torn up, and looks like they are going to pull it behind the wall. So an early exit for the 88 of Osborne in race number 2. With the lights on, the pace car still, let's take a moment and let's find someone to talk to. I don't know, who should we talk to, guys? We've got several drivers still in this thing. 29 cars on the lead lap. You know what? Let's do it. Let's talk to the driver of the 82 machine, and that is none other than Dan Harrington. Dan, you got your ears on, bud?
Hey, what's going on?
Well, that 82 right now sitting in 33rd. You missed the first 10 laps of the race, but you've been out there trying to get back into this thing. You find yourself 8 laps down and looking at a green-white checkered. But man, what have you been struggling with out there tonight?
The biggest struggle is just staying out of the junk. Even though I missed the first 10 laps, it's I'm already used up all but my last car here.
Well, I'll tell you, you might have missed the first few laps of the race, but your no-quit attitude has found your way up into 33rd, and you are battling with the 603 for position. And what's it going to take to beat him here tonight?
Well, starting ahead of him, I'm going to have to stay ahead of him, and it's just going to be a matter of I don't know what's in the air tonight, but just staying out of the junk is probably going to be what does it.
All right, Dan. Well, man, I do appreciate a driver who never gives up, and even though you started this race 10 laps down, you have made up 2 of those. You find yourself 8 laps down, and you are still out there, still chugging along. Man, I tell everyone every time I see you, they can find you over on Twitch. Where can they find you at Twitch?
Well, they can always check out the view from the 82 at twitch.tv/DemonTech82.
All right, Dan. And tonight, what team are you working with here tonight, and your teammates giving them a shout out?
That's Meteor Racing, so that's TJ Buck, Kelly Dowell, and RJ.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you. I know you've been in an uphill battle all night long, but keep at it, man.
I'll take whatever opportunity I can get here.
That is the 82 of Dan Harrington from Meteor Racing, finding himself in a battle for 33rd spot, 8 laps down. Back to the front of the field, DJ Mitzel, Paul Servant on the front row for this restart. Servant leading the most laps here tonight. Mitzel, last week's race winner. Our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Row number 2 for the restart, the 131 of Brandon Herndon and the 23 of Russell McCarron. Row number 3 will be the 17 of JD Crow and the 5 of Gary Whitmer. Who is it gonna be? No idea. I could never pick a winner. The 61 though, gonna be the favorite as he won last week. Paul Servant though, having led the most laps, can he find a way to win this one? Pace car down and away. Servant and Mitzel door to door for this restart. Here we go, folks. Drivers working through the trioval. Green flag is out, and we are back underway as the 61 looked like he spun the tires just a little bit. Servant in the 3 has the momentum heading into turn number 1. McCarron in the 23 tucked in right behind him. Can we get to the white flag and see this race finish under green? Down the backstretch we go. Mitzel has the advantage for the moment. They're going 3 wide. Gary trying to make something happen. He's got the 4 Chris Akers with him. They still have a lot of racing to go. A lot of time left. I'm just kidding myself. There is not a lot of time left. It is now or never. And Gary trying to make something happen in that 3rd lane. But down on the bottom, the 61 of DJ Mitzel coming around to take the white flag through the trioval. Final time around, 1 to go here at Talladega. Servant trying to make something happen in that 2nd lane. Nobody challenging 3 wide just yet. Down the Talladega backstretch. Servant has the momentum heading into 3 and 4. Ooh, very close there. That's going to break up the momentum on that high side. DJ Mitzel in the 61, trying to win 2 in a row as they scatter behind them. DJ Mitzel, he's going to get a little sideways. Now everyone fans out to try and cross the start-finish line, and the 61 is going to win it as they crash at the finish line. Servant going up and over, but Mitzel is gonna win it in that 61 sideways at the start finish line. As we're gonna back this up and take another look at this. Coming to the start finish line, Brandon Herndon was trying to make something happen. JD Crow turned into a helicopter. But man, oh man, the 61 of DJ Mitzel gonna make it 2 in a row. How about that? Herndon gonna bring it home in second. Third place gonna go to JD Crow. But your race winner, sideways at the start finish line, as he brings it around onto the front stretch. Guys, we're gonna set up our post-race show. Nobody go anywhere as we talk to our 2-time winner so far this season. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have caught up with our 3 podium finishing drivers. Our race winner making it 2 in a row to kick this season off the best way possible. None other than DJ Mitzel. DJ, man, congratulations on your second win of the season.
Back here, thank you. How's it wasn't the best race, wasn't the best showing, but I had a lot of fun. A lot of guys, we were up there really battling hard, making a lot of moves. I just had a blast tonight up there.
Well, the 61 led for 21 laps out there tonight. And, kind of a caution-heavy night here at Talladega. But in the end, 1 green-white checkered attempt was all you needed. Tell us about that finish sideways across the start finish line.
I gotta give it to Brandon Herndon. He pushed the heck out of me. Got us up in front of Paul, I think it was, on the outside, and he was kind of just pinned, and he pushed me real hard, and I knew it was coming. It was the right move, and I was just trying to hold on to it. We crossed the finish line. That was an awesome finish. Thanks to Brandon for that too.
Well, that 61 has gone 2 for 2 now. And is it too early to start talking about the championship?
Getting into the chase there, it's kind of a crapshoot. Only I think every week four get disqualified. So anything can happen in the chase.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on your race win. Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I just want to give a thank you to UKR, Turn 3, PADD, and then just my teammates at 3 Wide Motorsports, and then just all the drivers. I appreciate everybody coming out. I enjoy racing with everybody. That's why we're out here. So thank you, Care.
All right, that is your race winner, DJ Mitzel, making it 2 in a row here tonight. Now it's time to move on to our second place finisher, and that is none other than the 131 of Brandon Herndon. Brandon, you got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well, man, you bring it home in second place here tonight, but it was not without a good, solid effort to try and get onto that top spot. Tell us about that last lap.
Well, I feel like the whole race, we put ourselves in a good position. Went on a little bit of fuel strategy about 3/4 of the way through to get up front, stay up front. And that last restart, man, I knew it was going to be tough. The only thing I could do was just push DJ out front, trying my best to keep him out front, and hopefully I would clear at some point. And I give it to him. He ran a good race. I mean, you don't find yourself in the position to win a race without running a good race. You know what I mean? And I just like to thank all the guys in the garage this week, man. Them boys put in a lot of work this week to get this Chevrolet out front, up here towards the front of this pack. The Razorback Foundation, hogsports.com, Hog Heaven Game Day Superstore. We had something for them this weekend. Unfortunately, we ended up one spot short, but that's okay. We'll regroup and come back at it.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, it was fun watching you all get out there, and especially that last lap. And, you made the move to the outside. Looked like you had a shot at it, but maybe just a hair too late. When DJ came up, were you committed to your line and like, man, I hope you crash and I cross it before you do?
Once I finally cleared Paul there, yeah, it was a move up, and I honestly I was not expecting him to come up there, but I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same thing if I was in his position.
All right, man. Well, either way, you bring it home, second place here tonight. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
I give a big thanks to the NSRA. This group of guys here, man, it's a good group. Tonight does not show what these guys are capable of. We are good at what we do, and hopefully we get better moving forward. I'd like to thank UKR and Turn 3 and everybody up there doing the broadcast, and all my teammates, JD, Rusty, Pondo, Jesse, AJ, Jason. We had a pretty good show, and I think we had 4 in the top 6 tonight, so look out.
All right, man. That is Brandon Herndon bringing it home in second place here tonight. And, man, once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now it's time to move on to our third place finisher, and that is none other than JD Crow. JD, how you doing out there tonight?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. Sorry for such a long race for all the fans, but this is a tough group to race with. Everybody wants to win, stay together, and it shows.
Well, the 17 ended up spinning like a helicopter after crossing the start-finish line, but up till then, seemed like you had a pretty solid but quiet night going, and you find yourself in third. Tell us about your race.
Oh, we had a great race, backed up our performance last weekend where we ran up front all night long. Just had a little trouble there at the end on that last corner getting to the flag. But, the team worked hard all week. We all worked on qualifying so we could be together as a group on the start of the race and use our strategy as a team to, pit together and save fuel when we needed to. And if the field did stretch out, we would at least have some good partners to dance with. And, started out early, definitely wanted to keep position up front to try to avoid as much trouble as we could. Unfortunately, we did get caught up in one incident that occurred up front, but ended the race with a fix. So we'll do a helicopter after the start finish, checker flags anytime, as long as we got a fix left.
All right, man. Well, that 17 machine, I think it's better served as a race car, not as a helicopter. But yeah, man, if you can finish in third place and then go spinning like a top, not a bad night.
Not a bad night, and it works good as a race car, and I guess it does a good job as a helicopter too. So we'll take this J Concepts .net Chevrolet to back to the garage, get it all touched up for Daytona next week, and do it all again.
All right, man. Well, any other shout outs and thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh yeah, gotta definitely call out the team: AJ, Rusty, Brandon. Donald worked with us tonight. Jesse stayed with us tonight. So all the guys that jumped in to help us, we really appreciate the help. You got to have help on these big tracks, and you got to be together to make it work. And all the guys worked hard and put in the time. Jason Kinzer came on board tonight to help kind of run with us some, and Chris Whitaker runs with us. So we had a good group of guys and good cars, good drivers. We just got to put ourselves in positions to finish well, and we did tonight.
All right, man. Nice job bringing it home in third place, and we look forward to seeing you next week at Daytona.
Oh, yeah. We love Daytona, especially Daytona at night, and hopefully we'll keep this car up front where it belongs.
That is the 17 machine piloted by J.D. Crow, bringing it home in third place here tonight. Don't forget, we will be off next week for Easter, but our next race will be April 19th for the Kubota 185 at Daytona. I hope y'all will join me for that one. That is April 19th. Look forward to that and seeing y'all once again out there at Daytona. Nothing left here but to go through our race results. Your race winner, the 61 of DJ Mitzel, Brandon Herndon in the 131, bringing it home in second, and third place, rounding out the podium, is J.D. Crow. Fourth will go to the 23 of Russell McCarron. Paul Servant going to finish in fifth. Sixth will be Jesse Unrow. 17th will be David Booth. 8th will be the 19 of R.J. Buchanan. 9th going to Don Bennett. 10th will be Daniel Holloway. 11th, Gary Whitmer. 12th, Chris Akers. 13th, Roy Grandy. 14th, Kelly Dahl. 15th will be J.R. Johnson. And 16th will be the 41 of Chris Whitaker. 17th, Todd Poston. Les Levy in the 62 machine finishing in 18th. 19th will be the 48 of T.J. Buck. 20th going to the 24 of Timothy Lee. 21st, Lynn McNeese in the 84 machine. 22nd, Russell Hancock. Wayne Finley finishing 23rd. 24th will be David Gainforth. 25th, Mark Mann. 26th, AJ McCarron. 27th, going to Sean Stevens. 28th, Ben Peterson. 29th, Rick Greenaway. And Rudy Cummins finishing in 30th place here tonight. 31st, going to David Overstreet. Dana Osborne finishing 32nd. 33rd, Daniel Harrington. Peter Bailey finishing in 34th. 35th, going to Hunter Reynolds. Sean Wilder finishing 36th. 37th will be Squirmin Herman. Doug Johnson finishing 38th. Stacy Bedard finishing 39th. 40th, going to Don Sandusky. 41st, Pondo Co. 42nd, Jason Kinzer. And 43rd will be Joe Sanders. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for us here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Make sure you see us in 2 weeks, April 19th, as we head for Daytona. Until then, y'all stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you all once again.